morning, everyone. We are just about ready to move from Texas to California. So we're documenting our last few days here in Texas. We found this amazing taco place that we've been eating at all the time. It's called Taco and Mama, and they have the best breakfast tacos for super cheap. So we've been eating there a whole bunch. It's right down the street from our apartment. It's right in between the apartment and the field, and it's actually located in a gas station, which sounds super sketchy, but I promise it's the best breakfast tacos we've had in a really long time. The problem now is that the furniture people just came to pick up our furniture. So I'm here for, I think, 4 more days. The guys leave tomorrow for a road trip, but we don't have any furniture now. So we're going to be back to what we were doing last year, sleeping on an air mattress for a few nights and eating on the floor. So we've got our Taco and Mama, and we're just one big happy family on the floor, aren't we, Scout? She does not today.
Yeah. What's up, guys? Welcome to downtown Austin. We are here at Austin Pets Alive. For those of you that have been following us for a while, you know that last year when Hurricane Harvey came through and hit Houston in the Houston area, we reached out and asked you guys to help us raise money for this amazing nonprofit. And we're here today to show you guys around. Let's go.
This is truly, they're truly getting a second chance here. But the reason why we're able to pull these animals is because we have programs that directly answer why different populations of animals are killed in shelters. So, for example, cats with ringworms. Our ringworm cats are actually in the building that I came out. Right. But those animals, we have a treatment center for ringworms. We have a full dog behavior program. So large breed dogs and dogs that do have behavioral issues are going to be animals that are euthanized in shelters. So we bring them here. We have a full behavior team on site that works with the dogs. Sometimes it's just dogs that need, that never were given the time. Right. So we work with them, and we actually have 2 programs, our Canine Good Citizen and our TOP, which stands for Total Obedience program. So these programs, we take dogs, they're highly motivated dogs and that need a little bit of extra work, and they have dedicated trainers, whether that be volunteer or staff members, that are working with them to give them the skills for people to stop at their kennel and say, oh my gosh, this dog knows sit, this dog can sit calmly while a dog walks up to it. So really awesome ways to get dogs that are sitting in shelters longer out the door and into their homes, because they come with these skills. Right. So this is the one year anniversary of Hurricane Harvey. It's really crazy to imagine that this time last year, this place was filled with people, filled with animals, even more so than it is now, and filled with just the generosity of not only Austin, not only the Harvey community, but also the rest of the world. So last year, before Harvey hit land, we were reaching out to shelters that were in the path of the storm to see if they needed help, if they were needing to humanely euthanize, because they knew that their shelter was going to be in direct path of the flooding. And if they were planning on euthanizing, we asked if we could take their animals. So when they said yes, we sent out vans and cars, and we picked up animals and started bringing them to Austin. And so these were all animals that were already in shelters. After the storm hit, we thought, okay, there's a plan in place for animals, but we realized pretty quickly that wasn't the case. There is no FEMA for animals, there's no Red Cross for pets. So we sent a small team to get boots on the ground in Houston to see what the biggest need is. And originally when we went out, we thought we brought boats and we thought we were going to be in the waters pulling animals from the waters, but it turned out what was really needed was people were pulling animals from the waters, but then they had nowhere to put them. So then animals were being re-released out into the world. So what we did was we set up a rescue triage center, so people knew that they could come to us, the animals would be safe, and then the people themselves could get on with what they needed to do for themselves. So we were from Katy, which was where our rescue triage center was, we were basically any animal that was a potentially owned animal was going to a shelter, a shelter in the Houston area, so they could stay in the area so they could be reunited with their families.
Okay.
Any animal that was coming from, we are still having you know, cars loads of animals coming from shelters,
Right.
and animals that were being surrendered.
Mm-hmm.
So any of those animals that are coming from shelters or being surrendered, we would put them in cars and transport them to Austin. So we had this huge influx of animals coming to us. We had amazing community support. We had rescues coming out to take the animals. So animals went all over the country.
Yeah.
You know, we went to California. They went up north. Up north was a fantastic partner because they run out of animals at shelters, and so to be able to send animals up there to get into homes quickly was really fantastic. So because of Hurricane Harvey, Austin Pets Alive's operational, we've expanded our operation even more. So we have we've increased our intake even more, and part of that is because we are still helping communities that are still rebuilding. I mean,
Right.
you know, Harvey 1 year ago to so many people is a horrible, awful thing that happened, but that was 1 year ago and life has moved on. But for so many people, especially in the Houston area and that were impacted by the flooding, they're still rebuilding.
Right.
And that's something that that is important for all of us to remember, is there are people that are still rebuilding their lives. So of course there are still animals that are needing help. So that's part of the reason for our continued expansion, is because there are still parts of Texas that need us. And with that, we also have our Life Saving Academy, where we're bringing people from other communities to learn about our various programs that we have that help support the animals that are most at risk. So Harvey has helped us to be able to reach out to those communities even further.
Amazing. So
Yeah.
amazing. Well, I know our followers have been so invested in this. We've been so invested in this. So I really appreciate you
Yeah,
letting
thank
us come
you.
check this out and share a little bit more about where you guys are at today.
Thank you. Yeah, and truly, from the bottom of my heart, from the bottom of every volunteer, every staff member's heart, and all of the animals,
Yeah.
the support that, you know, from your followers and from across the country, it's just, we cannot say thank you enough. So thank you.
What a cool day. So I am back at the apartment and I am so excited. I posted about going on my Instagram and already there are people going to adopt some of these animals. That makes me so emotional. Like, I honestly wish that we could take at least one, if not all of them, but obviously our lifestyle, we just can't do that, especially the animals that need a little extra care or animals that don't travel well. I mean, Scout is a trooper. She puts up with a lot with us. So Nick and I have agreed that another animal isn't probably fair until we're in a better situation where we're not moving as much, not in an apartment. So you guys rock my world. If you haven't heard of Austin Pets Alive, please go check them out. Even if you don't live in Austin or even Texas, there's tons of ways to help them, like we just showed in the video, and it would mean the world to me. Out of anything that I ask you to do, go do that. I'm gonna show you around the apartment now because we have zero furniture. So unfortunately today was the last day that we had our furniture. We were on contract, so there were certain days that they could come pick it up. So this was the only day that they could come pick it up before our apartment lease was up. So now, we went from a glorious king size bed to now sleeping on a air mattress that is about this thick on the floor, and it's a queen. Yay! So that sucks, but I'll only be here for a few more nights and Nick is gone in Iowa for most of it. So it'll just be Scout and I for the most part. This, I should probably mention this because it's actually kind of a cool deal. It was only like 30 bucks at Walmart, and it does have a built-in pump. So for a queen size air mattress with a built-in pump, I think that's a pretty good price. I think it was like 25, 30 bucks. So yeah. And it has a built-in pillow. Whoa, whoa, fancy. So today is all about packing, cleaning, getting things a little organized, and then unfortunately, this is so crazy. Tonight is the last home game of the season. Like, baseball's over. That's so crazy, that's so crazy. I mean, it's been the longest season ever, but at the same time, we just got here, so I feel like we should be here a lot longer. So the other thing that I've been doing during my day is I'm now working for Happy Jewelers. So I'm now a jeweler, and not only that, but a travel jeweler. So I'm working with people all over the country, especially in sports, baseball players and baseball couples, and even football couples now too. So if y'all need jewelry, I'm your girl now. But I have been getting so many people hitting me up for rings. It is almost engagement season in the baseball world. So there's a bunch of people trying to get in their custom made rings with me, which I'm super, super excited about. It's been a ton of fun working with you guys. Fortunately, as much as we love this stadium, we of course don't know what next year will bring since Nick is now a free agent, but the Rangers AAA will no longer be here in Round Rock. So they're still undecided of where the team will go next. But that's just kind of part of baseball, is when contracts are up, sometimes the minor league teams shuffle stadiums. So a lot of you have been asking where we're going next. It's a great question. It is a great question. I will be working in Fullerton, California at Happy Jewelers, so we do need to be back in that area, which conveniently is back where Nick's family lives. So we may be doing the same thing as we did last year, moving back in with them so we don't have to rent a place. It's really hard for baseball couples in the off season because you're really only there for about 5 to 6 months maybe. So we're weighing the pros and cons of everything, trying to figure out what will work best with getting Nick in a place where he can do his off-season workouts and I can work at my new job and everything in between. So we're still not sure, even though we are leaving in approximately 5 days. That's just kind of how it goes. So yeah, this off season should be fun. There's definitely some things that we're waiting on to see if they'll happen, but we definitely might be having some more baseball. Okay, I have to leave for the field in just a few moments, but I have a few hacks that I've learned since I've been here, thanks to Amanda Noonan, who we are living with. It's always good to live with other people, or at least talk to other people and see how they do all this, because everyone does it a little differently. The Noonans have been doing this for a while and she has some good tips. So the first tip is a lot of apartments charge you or don't give you your deposit back because of the drip pans. So these you can get at Walmart for $, and you can just replace the drip pans on your oven so you won't get charged for them. So you can find those at Walmart or someplace like that for super cheap. And the other thing is absolutely genius. So a lot of times in these places we don't hang like curtains or upholstery or anything, but the light is really harsh in the morning, especially when the guys sleep in so late. Let me introduce you to one of the best light hacks I've ever seen. This is literally aluminum foil. We don't have anything going on in the back, so no one would like complain about something like this. But this keeps the sun out so well. There are mornings that we sleep in way too late and wake up thinking it's like 7 o'clock in the morning and it's like 10:30, and it's because of this aluminum foil. So, and of course you can just take this off when you leave. The next thing is something that I've been doing for a while, and I don't know if I've ever talked about this, but a lot of times these like blow up mattresses and stuff have this self pump. And life hack, don't ever put the blow up pump part against the wall because it scratches the paint. So always twist it to the side that doesn't have anything. Scout's making herself right at home. Life hack. The last one that they do that Nick and I haven't done yet is the projector screen. And I know a lot of baseball couples do this, but instead of traveling with big TVs, they just have this projector and then you just face it against the wall. The only thing with that is you have to have like a darkened room, but it is a huge space saver. They're not very expensive, and then you can just plug in you know, your computer or phone or whatever and play Netflix on that. So, a couple tips for ya. We have one more game here at the Dell Diamond, and the moving trucks are already here to get the bags for the boys, but I have a life hack for you. If you guys bring an empty Yeti to the games, you can bring it in and put any drink in it, and it will stay cold for the entire game. That's my big stadium life hack. Nerve-wracking night of my life. We're bidding on Nick's jersey. I've already been outbid 1,000 times. Let's see if we can win it. Woohoo! Nick Torres! Woo, woo, woo. What did I get?
You got my jersey.
Oh, Mama got the jersey!
Signed by who?
Signed by Nick Torres. So, the deadline for bidding cut off at 9 o'clock. 8:59, I put in a final bid. I got outbid twice before 9 o'clock. I won it, woo woo! Guys, that's a wrap. Last home game of the season. We're done. Nick has a few more road games, kind of cleaning. Show our roommate.
No, we're the roommate. It's his place. We're the roommate.
You live in my house.
Yeah.
Here's to the off season. You got anything?
Nope.
See you for the next video.